All right, good Monday afternoon to you. Hope everybody can take a deep breath. I know I can. Oh, man. Oh, that was just really nice. Gritty, gutty, shorthanded. But honestly, it really begins for me. You guys were unbelievable. I could not believe, as good as the crowd was against Seattle, Rico, it was better yesterday.
Yeah. It
was chaos. And it's really about, you can have one of the great home field advantages in all of football with these fans behind. Dude, it was crazy.
Oh, no. Mike, I picked that up last year just listening. The fans started believing in this team, I think, before the team started believing in themselves. Early on, when they were 1-6,
right,
they showed up and they got it done. That told me, if you just start putting victories out there, they'll blow the roof off this place, where it will become the place I don't want to come. And you know what? Congratulations, because I do think that the fans helped. You helped contain Desmond Ridder and just made him Ridder. He looked full lost out there. Like he had no clue to what was going on.
It's an intimidating place to play.
Yeah.
And look, and I'll throw the number up, because what I do want to know is just kind of, are we back on the rails now? Like, I think we all needed that. Yeah. We were all starting to get a little hangry. We needed them to bounce back, play really well. And that game yesterday, you're down 10, 12 guys. You lose early in the game, Nelson. Now you're playing another dude no one's ever heard of at tackle. Didn't matter.
Bringing back Skipper.
Yeah, Dan Skipper's back. Yeah. Defensively, again, I don't care if it's Desmond Ridder. I don't care who it is. They played aggressive.
Yes.
And I thought it was interesting, Derek Barnes repping at edge and getting some D-line snaps. Again, James Houston out. We got to create something across from Aiden. But honestly, the biggest takeaway, you ready, people? Biggest takeaway, maybe Dan Campbell learned. Did you notice yesterday it wasn't the willy-nilly we're going for it all the time stuff, taking the points early, punting the football? I mean, I'm not telling you to play conservative, but I'm telling you there's a middle ground between all in on analytics and chaos mode, and then playing like you're in 1980. Be in the middle.
Yeah.
And I thought yesterday Dan Campbell did nothing egregious. Nothing.
What I saw with Dan Campbell was he was a coach, Mike, that I think realized we were the better team. And as the game went on, Aaron Glenn saw the same, we're just going to dial up this blitz. They can't stop it, and we're not going to stop ourselves, because that's normally the biggest thing that coaches do, to just really – it just ticks you off, because it's like, okay, why did you stop doing this? They didn't. Pressure came all the way to the very end. And you're right. Campbell saw, let's score points. Let's just kick the field goal. Let's be smart about this. Let's not give them any extra possessions. Let's not do something stupid, which I do applaud him for. But yeah, watching that game, I did the pregame show with Cookies yesterday. It was a crossroads game. I don't think it was a must win, but it was a fork in the road. You win this thing, you feel comfortable about this team again. You lose this thing, and now we're spiraling, and you're going in a direction you don't want to go. You won. Now you feel a lot more confident heading into Lambeau to go play Green Bay this Thursday.
Yeah, it was far from perfect, but that's the NFL. I know we're going to get calls today. Well, the offense needs to be better. Well, the offense was missing some parts. Guys, you're down 3 starting linemen.
Yeah, you want perfection, go see Miami.
Well, right. That's just, I've never seen anything like it. They put in people off the street, 80-yard touchdown.
They covered that 89.5-point spread.
What was the flight back if you were a Broncos? I've never seen a professional football team play that way.
I mean, at this point, if you're a coach, either you just say, guys, F it, this game never happened.
Burn the tapes.
Enjoy yourselves. Or it's just, I don't want to hear peep. No, they don't want peanuts. No, they don't want anything to drink. Just, no. We're going to sit in our seat and we're going to fly back.
But look, here's the other takeaway. And this is the fun of the NFL. And it is overreaction. And it is, guys, there's a very good chance your second-round picks are better than your first-round picks. Okay, Laporta is taking a step forward every quarter of every game. Brian Branch stepping into a little bit more of the C.J. Gardner-Johnson role. Splash plays everywhere. Guys, Gibbs and Campbell, Laporta, Branch. I know which two have wowed me so far. That was really nice yesterday because if Laporta, I told you, eventually, if you're not throwing it downfield to Amon-Ra, you're throwing it downfield to him.
I like him, man. He's so far ahead of schedule. Normally, tight ends don't make that big of an impact their rookie year. But
sign Michael Mayer, Las Vegas.
Yeah, you.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You may have something here in this guy. And the fact that Goff, you would think that he and Goff have been playing together for years the way he's targeting him. I'm like, okay, I like this. He's open. He's making the catches. Yeah, I expected this type of play out of Laporta maybe next year. I didn't think 3 games in, that he would be this good.
No, and they schemed it up. He was so wide open on that play pass. He commented after the game, he goes, I was so wide open, I thought I was going to drop it.
Man, when they did the replay, he caught it off his shoulder pad. I'm like, bro, don't drop this pass. You will never hear the end of this one.
And Branch looks like a potential difference maker now. It's 2 of 3 weeks.
You know what?
He's flashed a major play or a TFL's. Brian Branch looks to be a real player.
If you did not know, and I told you that they took Branch with the number 12 pick, you would be like, oh, they got a good job with him. No, he was in the second round. He was the 4th of the 4 draft picks that they got. But, yeah, he's looking to be special in that secondary. I mean, to me, he looks like a captain in the making where he's going to be that guy. He's going to get that second deal. You're going to make sure you're not going to let him go. I like what I'm saying. Like the second-round picks,
they look like the first round.
They do.
And look, my whole point is you earn the right for your next game. Now it's a showdown for first place in the NFC North and a critical tiebreaker. The Bears and Vikings, their seasons are over. This is you and Green Bay. Thursday night, it's a Spider-Man meme. The two teams are incredibly similar from a differential standpoint, points scored, points against, strengths, weaknesses, you name it, injuries, all of it. So Thursday night, you get a couple days of a reprieve. You got the win at home. It's what needed to happen. And now let's just see how close to being the team that I think you are. Let's see how close you are to that. Because Thursday night, I don't care if it's by 1 or 100. I don't care if it's not a work of art. Go and get out of there with a win, and you're sitting at 3-1, tiebreaker over Green Bay, and Chicago and Minnesota are out of it. That is as successful a first quarter of the season, 4 games, as any of us could have asked for.
You're right.
Thursday night holds the key to either being good but not quite there, or the Lions are for real.
Yep.
If you can go on that short turn and beat them, Rico, and you're at, think about 3-1, and you had the Chiefs, Seattle, Atlanta, Green Bay, potentially 4 playoff teams.
Yeah, and you're fortunate enough to play the Green Bay game, not in the frigid cold, but you actually get good weather.
Yeah,
playing it at night.
Short turn, man. Thursday Night Football is such a dishonest product to the players.
It is.
It's not right, but they got.
But here's the thing:
got to find a way through,
and it ain't going anywhere. So we can complain all we want.
You know what's interesting? How the people call when the team loses, but what? You have nothing to complain about, so you don't want to talk about your team today? People, the takeaways from yesterday are numerous. You decide what you want to do. But the offense, I thought that was shorthanded. It was Ben Johnson's best game. From a sequencing and play call and attacking standpoint, I thought the RPO down on the goal line, you saw Calais Campbell go, wait, did he seriously just pull the ball and go? You go against tendency to the point where no one respects Jared Goff, and you run that read option, and Calais Campbell was like, are you really? That's a brilliant call.
Well, but the call worked because Gibbs had 2 great runs in that series. So now everybody's focused on him. Like, you're going to give it to him again at the goal line. Nope. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Defensively, you got the aggression you wanted. Maybe Brian Branch announced his arrival on the scene. Did Dan Campbell learn his lesson? Because I think it was his most even-keeled coach game. They just took care of business, take the points early, don't be silly, and then really the last point of it. Can you relax? Can we? I know I needed that Atlanta win badly in order to recenter and believe. And now Thursday night, look, this is going to be a very difficult ask. The game's essentially a pick'em. It's 72 hours to get right and go play a divisional opponent. Now, I'll tell you this. Jordan Love is not Desmond Ridder, but he ain't that much better. He's okay. He's got a better grip on things. But Rico, I want the aggression on Jordan Love.
Yeah, I mean, because the defensive line is what really impressed me. They did a good job containing and slowing down Bijan. And, from Benito Jones, Derek Barnes, it was other than Aiden. They brought pressure. They went after. They made Ridder so uncomfortable by the end of the game. He just wanted to hop the next flight back to the ATL. Now, yeah, you're right. Love, in my opinion, won't miss as many wide open guys, but he's not this great top tier quarterback. So I like what I saw from the defensive line. Bring that pressure. I don't know if you could dial it up as much as you did, because I think it was smart of Aaron Glenn to realize Atlanta has nothing left in the tank. Let's not help them out. Let's just go in here, beat them up, and then send them on their way. He did not let off. I don't know if you could play that aggressively against Green Bay, but bring some of that heat.
You have to. I think what they did against Seattle's a losing formula long term. And part of the identity of this team is they want to be physical. They want to be attacking, aggressive. It follows the coach. Look, the truth will always lie in the middle. They just can never do what they did against Seattle again, right? And maybe you can't be quite as aggressive against Atlanta, but unless I am facing a quarterback that I care about, it's not even a thought to me. Let's attack. It felt like they were more comfortable in that mindset.
I mean, Atlanta is Bijan, and you held Bijan Robinson to 33 yards at that point.
Well, the game flow dictated it.
Right.
You jumped on your opponent and got them out of what they wanted to do. That's your best defense.
So now they have to rely on Ridder's arm. Good luck with that, Atlanta. Because
he's terrible.
He
honestly,
his
he's
only
terrible.
strength is when he breaks containment and keeps drives going. But if you keep him in the pocket,
and again, when you and guys, if you think I'm being hard on Desmond Ridder, not that you care, just understand something. When you are inaccurate with receivers, that's an automatic non-starter for an NFL quarterback. But when you're inaccurate and your receivers are 6'5" each with Mac Hollins and Kyle Pitts and Drake London, and you're throwing balls that these guys can't even get a hand on, no, you just suck.
And at that point,
he's terrible.
You know what? I'm not going to help you get confidence. I'm just going to bring the heat.
That's right. And again, I thought it was interesting with Barnes making the move to putting his hand in the dirt a little bit. Kind of a call out to the other DNs, if you're asking me. Hey, if none of you bums are going to go get the quarterback, we'll take a linebacker and put him down here. It was something interesting to watch because Derek Barnes, look, that was a guy a year ago who was going to get cut. Maybe you can remake him into something because a lot of these other guys are not stepping through. 248-539-9797.